Hello everyone! Welcome to Messy Heart, where we dive deep into troubling accounts and messy relationships, hoping to provide support and advice to those who might seek it. Let's head into our first story. Listen carefully and give us your thoughts on the comments section. Story 1. How do I cope with our possible breakup? So me 28M had a big long conversation with my GF 27F. Been together 2.5-ish years. This is my fourth relationship and hers second one. Her first relationship was with a narcissistic asshole that cheated multiple times on her. It's been something we have discussed and talked about multiple times before. Where the main issue is I don't get enough love basically. I live with her yet I still feel alone. As there is next to no interest and initiation from her, with kisses to cuddling to sex and touching. If I wanted sex, I checked in and got rejected time after time after time. Until I maybe got lucky. In my view, it felt like I was begging for it on my knees to maybe get it, and when we got down, it was sent very enthusiastic from her side. Last time we had sex, it literally felt as I was just using her body for my pleasure. It was like just laying there and wanting to get it over with. My love language is touch and words of affirmation. Hers is quality time. We have hardly talked about feelings and generally life in a while. And our conversations had become pretty much just, when do you work? When you get home, what shall we eat for dinner? And that stuff. I wanted to bring this up several times over a long span of time now, but I always feel so bad to do it, especially when she was tired from work or in pain from work and just laying on the couch doom scrolling TikTok as usual. Well, I finally managed to bring it up. And she said she felt repulsed by all sexual stuff the last months, and that she cannot give and show love. But when she's not tired or in pain or doom scrolling, she does show it quite fine. And when animals are involved, she radiates love. But will just not to me. And things now has become so bad with the sexual rejection and that stuff, that she can hardly look at me without her feeling like a disappointment to me, and that she doesn't fit into this world's standards of love. She feels I waste all my love on her and that I should give it to someone more deserving. Both her and me has thought to ourselves that is this normal? Is relationships this hard? Is this how it always will be? Worst part is I love her. And she has said she loves me. She also added that she's just not in love with me anymore. Which is normal, right? And that maybe we are not fit to be in a relationship. And T-Bitch, I have thought about that as well. That what if we just don't match? It all ended with me saying we got two choices in front of us now. One, we go our separate ways. Or two, we get couples therapy. And keep trying, because our previous attempts to fix these issues only proved we cannot do so without assistance. And I gave her until the weekend to decide. I said I want to go for therapy, but if she doesn't, I must do what is best for me and we will have to split up. And with her anxiety in mind and such, I just have this inkling feeling she wouldn't want to go to therapy with me. Now I just generally feel like shit and I tear up every time I drive and think of her. I see her beautiful smile every time I close my eyes and I generally feel miserable. How can I get through this? How can I cope? What piece of advice would you give to OP? Let us know down in the comments, and let's move on to our next story. Story 2. Is my relationship with my boyfriend over at this point? I'm laying in bed crying because I think my relationship is over. Anytime I try to talk to him about how I'm feeling with how things are with us, he shuts me out. I don't feel like I get enough affection from him, and I have to be satisfied with the scraps he gives me. I'm a very affectionate person. I love hugs and kisses and cuddling, and anytime I try to get more than 5 minutes of his time, he just pushes me away, most of the time physically. He's always on his phone no matter what we're doing. The other night I had to go for a walk because I was so upset, and when I came back still crying, he was just on his phone. Irritated, I didn't tell him I was leaving. He asked me what was wrong, but when I told him I felt like he doesn't care about me, he doesn't say anything. When I said he doesn't even care, I'm literally crying right next to him, and he just says, "I don't care, you pissed me off," and so I left the room. I don't know what to do anymore. He acts like nothing happened the next day. I ended up having to send him a text because he slept on the couch and wouldn't respond to me when I tried to talk to him. He read it and didn't respond or even mention the text at all and still hasn't. I added it here for what I said. Since I didn't get to say what I wanted last night, I don't feel like you care about me. What you say doesn't match with what you do. So you got out of jail things were great for one day. Maybe even two. But it's just back to normal with you. Like I said before, I feel so stupid basically begging for affection from you. You say I can't expect you at your best because you've been drinking or it's late and you're tired, but that's because it's been this whole time we've been together. After the first time you left me, things have changed. You're not affectionate unless I ask for it, and barely at that. We don't have sex and my self-esteem has gone to shit because of it. You've got me thinking I'm disgusting, and that's why you don't want to. You don't even look at me long enough to notice my piercing has changed. I'm always crying over you because the things you do just hurt me every time. I don't know how much of this I can keep taking. You say you love me and you care about me, and that letter you wrote me made me feel so good, but I get nothing from you with reassurance like you said. Last night I pissed you off because I left, but honestly it feels like you wouldn't have even cared if I had been crying in the bed when you got out anyways. You can't seem to handle when I'm upset and don't really try to comfort me. I'm laying here crying yet again because of you. All I need is reassurance and love, and I don't feel like I'll ever get that from you. I think you just can't give me what I need in this relationship because you don't have anything to give. I crave physical affection and intimacy and emotional closeness, but I just don't get it with you. I want to be with you, but I want to feel loved and appreciated more. I want to feel wanted and adored, but all I feel is like an annoyance, someone you put up with because it means you don't have to live with your grandma. I'm constantly telling myself to just get over it when you upset me, but why I'm even doing that to myself I don't know. Even now as I type this message to you, I feel like you won't even read it, and I'm scared to tell you how I feel because you always make me feel stupid or that I'm being dramatic and overreacting for feeling like I do. I love you so fucking much, and that's why I put up with so much, but I can't anymore. If you want to be with me, I can't keep doing this. You're supposed to take me to the dentist, but I wonder if that will change after this message because you'll most likely be awake before me if I can go back to sleep. I wish things were different. After that, he was acting more affectionate, reaching for me more, kissing me more, but that lasted for maybe 2 days again. After that, there was nothing. Felt like I was living with a roommate who claimed to be my boyfriend. I guess he realized he hadn't even kissed me for 2 days because before we went to sleep he did twice. Since then, it's just back to me asking for hugs and for a kiss because otherwise I just don't get it. We haven't had sex since July, and when I pointed it out, he says how can I expect that when we were fighting or I was on my period or when I left for my brother's wedding in another state. But that was months ago and still nothing. He went back to work today after being out of work for a little less than 2 weeks due to having to go to jail, and when he got home I tried giving him a hug and a kiss, but he just acted like I was annoying him and was trying to pull away. It makes me feel like an idiot for expecting affection from him. Tonight we were watching The Office because that's our current watch series together, and he just gets up and goes to brush his teeth and go to bed without even saying anything. I ask if he's okay or if Eve upset him somehow, and he just says he's tired. So I grab my pills that were in the room, and he asks if I'm going to bed and asks why. When I say no, I just tell him I'm not really tired. I work night shift, I'm used to being up till 7 a.m. and it was barely 2 at this point. After a little while I go to bed, and after hugging me for a second, he's as close to the wall as he can get and refuses to let any part of him touch me at all. He always does this when he's either upset with me or thinks I'm upset with him. On good nights, he always holds me till I fall asleep. Now I'm just crying off and on again because he's woken up a few times and will talk to me, but about the kitten he got who sleeps with us, and goes back to refusing to touch me before falling asleep again. What am I supposed to do? I've never allowed myself to get this fucked up over a guy in a long time, but I've never fallen for someone so hard before. I know I don't deserve this, but I keep hoping things will change or he'll get comfortable enough with me to talk about things. Am I stupid for expecting that? Not to mention the fact that I'm also insecure with our relationship because he's never officially asked me to be his girlfriend. His co-workers just started calling me that and he rolled with it. When I've expressed how it makes me feel, he usually would just brush it off or ignore it, and eventually told me he's waiting for the special moment. I don't know how to feel. I've tried to break up with him before because I couldn't take it anymore and he love-bombed me. I feel so stupid. How about that one? Let us have your thoughts and advice down in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to check out our other videos and, as always, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Never forget that your smile is your best feature. Wear it proudly. See ya.